This video is for drawing the sprocket problem out of the textbook. So I'm going to start with a circle diameter and pick anywhere for your center point. It needs to be a 12.25 diameter. You're going to need another circle at the same center point, 11.25 diameter. So make sure those are diameters, not radiuses. You can always double click on it and check, and it'll give you the actual feedback of what size the circle is. You can also change it right there if it happens to be wrong. Okay, then I'm going to draw a line, and I'm going to hover on the circle until that quadrant appears. So the quadrant object snap needs to be turned on. I'm going to go above it, and I'm going to drag it below. So I have a single line that's actually larger and smaller than both circles. Your object snap settings are right here, by the way, so you can turn on quadrant right there. There's your others that should be turned on. Okay, I'm going to use offset, either the letter O or this button right here. The offset distance that the book gives you is 1.875 3/16 of an inch. Hit enter, click the line, click left, click the line, click right. So you should have 3 lines on there now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do a polar array. So I'll click these 2 lines, hit enter. It asks for the center point. I want to pick the center of the circle. There are 48 teeth on that gear, so I'm going to count them. I count them up in the book. There's 48 of them. I'm going to close the array, and then it looks like that. Okay, so now we need to do some trimming. So I'm going to click the trim command, or type TR for trim. I'm going to select everything, hit enter once, and then I'm going to get in there and start trimming off. Whoops, I made a whoopsie. When you make an array, it's all one item, so it won't let me trim it. So to fix that, I have to explode the array. So hit explode, click the array, and then hit enter, and now we can do the trim. So nice little whoopsie there for you. So select everything, hit enter. We're in trim again, and now I can trim away what I don't need. So you're going to start to see the pattern, and it's going to take a while. You're just going to have to work your way around. Start seeing the pattern, and you can go. I wouldn't go too far, but I'd go a little ways before you zoom again. I'm going to pause it and skip ahead. Okay, now that I got that trimming done, I can move on to the next step. So I'm going to go back and make another circle with a diameter from the middle of that, and the circle diameter is 7.44. I need another one, and this time it is from the same spot, and it is 3.25 diameter. So once I have those 2 circles, then I can go ahead and draw a line from the center, and I'm going to go straight up and stop when I hit the quadrant. I'm going to do a rotate, click that command, click that line, hit enter. I'm going to pick the base point as the middle of the circle. I'm going to rotate it to the left 20 degrees. So if I just type in 20, enter, it goes ahead and rotates that line 20 degrees to the left. I'm going to draw another line from the same spot straight up to that quadrant. I'm going to rotate that one, and this time I'm going to pivot at the same spot, and this time I want it to go the other way. So instead of 20 degrees, I'm going to type -20, and that's going to rotate it to the right. So once I have those 2 in there, I can go ahead and do a trim. Click the trim command again, click those 2 lines and those 2 circles. Then I'll hit enter once, and then I can remove the parts I don't need, which should look like that. Okay, once you have that shape, you can go ahead and do another polar array. Click those 2 lines, hit enter. Center point of the array is the center of the circle. I'm going to put 4 items, hit close array, and now it has made our hub, our cutout for the shaft, spline shaft to fit in there. So I'm going to go ahead and explode that, hit enter. I'm going to hit trim, and I'm going to pick both circles and every one of these lines. Then I'm going to hit enter. Then I'm going to just follow it and click out the bottom one. I'm going to click out the right side, then the left side. Then you can see, oh, I need to click out the bottom of each tooth, like that. Okay, so that's the cutout part of it. Now we need to add holes, and if you look at it, you can notice that they're spaced kind of similar. If we put a couple extra holes in there, we can make them all at once and then just delete the ones we don't want. So what I'm going to do is, I notice that the base circle is 10 1/4. So if I draw a line from the center point, half of that 10 1/4, which would be 5.125, 5 1/8, put a circle on the end of that, which is a 0.75 diameter. Then I'm going to do a polar array with those circles. Click that, hit enter. Center point is again the same, the center. There'll be 12 of them this time. And I'm going to close it. And now it looks like they're spaced right, but I have a couple extra holes, so all I have to do is explode that array. And now simply click the things I don't want, which is these 4 holes here. And that line I don't need anymore. I can just hit delete on the keyboard. That is your completed gear.